Hi everyone! I'm coming down to the studio today to film a very exciting video because I'm about to launch a free trial of our Patreon. Yes, we're doing a 7-day free trial for all new people to come along and try our top tier, the Cherry Blossom tier, because I felt like, you know, the kids are going back to school, students going back to college, all of that kind of thing. We've all had maybe a busy summer or a summer where you just haven't been able to really sit down and give yourself some time to really focus on your creative projects. So I thought, well, let's kickstart that. Let's give us some inspiration by a 7-day free trial. Means you can explore my Patreon, try out all the various things going on, and I thought, well, why don't I show you a little sketchbook tour of all the things we've been doing in our live stream painting sessions? Because that's right, on Patreon you get so much more that you can't get on YouTube. You get much more access to me in terms of feedback on your creative projects and help with your paintings. You get to get ahead and early access to knowing what the tutorials are going to come up on YouTube this month are. You also get to have a say and decide what the content on YouTube's going to be. And then we have all the Patreon exclusives. We have an extra film tutorial every week just for patrons. We also have 2 watercolour hangouts every month in the Wild Rose tier. What those are, they're Zoom calls where we all sit and chat and paint and have a really fun time. There's no obligation, there's no pressure to finish or even to pick up a paintbrush. If you just want a bit of company, then we're here. And then up on the top tier in the Cherry Blossoms, you get all of that, but you also get 1 extra monthly live stream class with me where we sit down, have a really quiet focus session, and we learn a really beautiful piece of watercolour painting. I love it, and I mean, I just have such a joyful time with my patrons. They're an amazing bunch, really friendly, painters of all abilities, complete beginners through to more experienced painters. Everyone gets something from it. So let me show you the sketchbook that I've been filling up with our watercolour hangouts. So here is a very treasured sketchbook, because it was the first sketchbook that I really feel like I have embraced the whole culture of filling a book. And it all began last May, well, 2 Mays ago, in 2023, when we announced a new Patreon feature called the Watercolour Hangouts. And it is for the top 2 tiers, Wild Rose and Cherry Blossoms. And the idea is that we all sat together on Zoom, so me and all my patrons in the relevant tiers, but I was there as a fellow watercolour enthusiast, not a teacher, and we all sat there ready and waiting for the first reference photo. And if I just show you here are 2 of the first drawings we did, and we did some lovely flowers from photos actually donated by my patrons. That's the other lovely thing, is we do a photo sharing service in Discord, where if people have got nice photos of holidays or flowers or things they've taken they think might be nice to be painted, then that's just another lovely way that we share our resources on Patreon. But down here you'll see 20 minutes, 20 minutes. So the other thing with the watercolour hangouts is sometimes we do them as timed paintings to just try and encourage us to be a little less precise and perfect and precious about our paintings. And these look lovely. I was really pleased with these. And then for me personally, I felt I had a bit of a disaster with this one. It was not my finest hour, but it was so useful for me. And what was lovely is it just brought me and my patrons together on a level where we were all just having a bit of a laugh about some of the disasters we were painting and some of the successes we had. And over time, we've painted some lovely, we tend to paint quite sweet, simple topics like afternoon tea and cake and some lovely flowers. This was a little extra sketching I did of some tennis players, but some still life. What else have we had? And I like to do a few portrait ones as well. So this one was 40 minutes. I love to time it. It's just this lovely little compendium of how I feel I've personally grown as a painter. And so I think the reason I wanted to focus on the watercolour hangouts as an example of what we offer on Patreon is that even if you're quite an experienced painter, like me, it's still so useful a skill to have, to get out of your comfort zone, sit with others, enjoy people's company. You can be as chatty or as quiet as you want in the watercolour hangouts. It's very, very easygoing. And you can drop in and drop out. You don't even have to paint. You can just sit and enjoy our company. This was a fun one. 30 minutes that way, and so we sort of moved through, and I'm going to just get a bit further on so I can show you a few of our more recent ones. So we started trying some different styles. This was a William Morris piece, trying out some patterns, and did a really stylized type of bird in the William Morris style. Then we did some gorgeous Christmassy ornaments inspired by other artists. Even tried a full 1 hour, 30-minute William Morris pattern. And this is when we decided it would be fun to also try to do a session where we just had one photo to work from, one reference image, and spend the whole time. And so what we now do over on the Watercolour Hangouts is we do 2 a month, and we'll do one with 3-time paintings and one where we do a whole painting. And this was a real turning point for me. In February of this year, I really just adored the looseness and the freedom of painting this piece. And that means it took me from May 2023 to February 2024 to really find my feet when it came to being a bit more loose and sketchy with my watercolour painting. So through we go, through the book. And I'll just focus in on a few personal highlights for me. This one was one I absolutely love, and I feel like it really informs my painting style now. I loved filling the whole page as well, getting the light, using the glazes, using just a really nice loose style. And this one was a celebration of summer, and quite simple but quite striking and effective. Another one where we really were very bold with shadows, sploshing them on with glazes. This was, I remember at the time, the hilarity of everybody just going, this is a complete disaster, And then we all shared our paintings at the end, and actually, like, everyone had done really well. We do animals, we do plants, we do gardens, we do still life, we do all sorts of things. This was quite a nice one. Yeah, and it's great fun. So if you think this might just be the thing to get you back into giving yourself some creative time, then all you need to do is head to the episode notes below and find the link to get your 7-day free trial. Now, that free trial will involve Patreon taking your payment details, because once those 7 days are up, they will start to charge. And from that, it's a monthly fee. So please, please, please do read through the tier descriptions. Make sure you are aware, set yourself a timer if you just want the 7 days and you want to stop after that. But you will be charged after 7 days, so please be aware of that. This is one of our most recent ones. I absolutely loved it because we were, Ant and I were actually up on Dartmoor looking at sheep in this almost exactly identical scene. So we painted that this last week. So yeah, please come and join us and try before you buy. And I promise you, you will immerse yourself into a world of joyful watercolour. You'll get so much more out of it than we can fit in on YouTube, and you'll get more access to me and my feedback with your paintings if you really need help with things, and a lovely warm community of people who are really, really enjoying watercolour. Okay, that is all I have to say on the matter, because the sketchbook's nearly at an end. I've only got a few more pages left. But the other beauty of joining us is you get access to every single bit of content that we've done for your relevant tier from the beginning. My Patreon's 4 years old. 4 years old exactly. And what's great is for every Zoom, we record the session as well. So you can go back and watch all those live streams, even if you've missed them. And that's also worth saying for anyone in time zones that are different. We try and make sure that we vary the times that we do the sessions in, but we always record them so you can watch them back whenever. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you over on Patreon.